Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Monday, October 13th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. The third International Business Conference, IBC Guyana 2025, opens tomorrow, bringing regional leaders and investors together to boost trade, investment, and economic growth. President Ali says data centers are worth the $2 to $3 billion investment needed to build them. Digicel ramps up investment and fiber rollout to boost connectivity, expand digital inclusion, and modernize internet access across Guyana. And Minister Charles Ramson Jr. says the Berbice Stadium at Palmyra will be completed by early 2026, boosting sports, jobs, and development in the ancient county. The third edition of the International Business Conference, IBC Guyana 2025, opens tomorrow at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, Georgetown. The event is being hosted by the Suriname-Ghana Chamber of Commerce in collaboration with the World Trade Center, Georgetown, and will see Guyana and Suriname taking center stage. It will bring together business leaders, investors, policymakers, and entrepreneurs under the theme, Bridging Businesses for Regional Prosperity. The program will feature a presidential address by President Dr. Irfan Ali, remarks from the chairman of the Suriname-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Vishnu Durga, a motivational talk by inspirational business speaker Kaplan Mowbray, a diplomatic panel with ambassadors, ministerial dialogue, and an evening welcome cocktail on the hotel's sea terrace. Ignite News caught up with Dr. Durga at the Guyana Marriott Hotel earlier today as preparations were underway.
The things that attendees can really look forward for is a lot of information about everything that is happening in Guyana, all the opportunities that currently exist. We have a wide range of business-to-business opportunities happening, so people would be able to book their meetings with various companies that are attending. We have a large exhibition happening as well with a lot of international companies who are looking to not just invest in Guyana, but some of them also have really good goods and services that fit within our Guyanese supply chain.
As a result, Dr. Durga said there's also an opportunity for trade visitors who wish to be a part of the event.
So if you are a business and maybe the delegate passes and what is happening at the conference is not of a lot of interest to you, but you wanted to meet the large international exhibitors who are here, you do have the opportunity to still get a trade visitor pass to come and visit the exhibition. We're also looking at making the opportunity available for trade visitors to be able to meet with the companies that are coming in. And all of this every evening is capped off with a cocktail that also allows delegates to really mix and mingle and get to talk a little bit outside of the business context.
He added that there will also be public and private sector leader employees, both internationally and locally. These include ministers from the Suriname government, Caribbean support business organizations. Dr. Durga said this week's event is about ensuring that there's a platform for business acceleration and economic development. The conference continues October 15th to 16th with high-level panels and workshops on energy, infrastructure, logistics, digital transformation, and investment. President Dr. Irfan Ali on Sunday announced the introduction of a traffic management drone system to improve safety and monitor the rehabilitation and expansion of the East Bank Public Road. Meeting with the contractor China Road and Bridge Corporation, the consultant Shaladia Associates Inc., engineers, and the traffic management team, the president stressed the need for urgent progress and strict adherence to traffic regulations. He specifically raised concerns about trucks and other vehicles violating road rules. Following discussions, CRBC and Shaladia were instructed to submit a revised work plan within 24 hours. Additional measures include an integrated control room, an early warning system, and an emergency transport plan, in collaboration with the Coast Guard and the Marine Section of the Guyana Police Force to assist travelers heading to the Chetty Jigan International Airport during unforeseen events. Benefits from the establishment of data centers in Guyana are expected to far outweigh the cost of building such facilities, President Dr. Irfan Ali has said. He emphasized the long-term value of current investments in this sector for the country's future.
Imagine if we have all the data space for all our computing needs and our whole digital platform in Guyana, that we don't have to pay for that, we'll have it free. Imagine Guyana having a hyperscale data center that can bring all of the innovation to Guyana, that can create a computing space for the entire region right in Guyana, that can be the sovereign storage space for the entire region right here in Guyana. We're talking about the built out of fintech and all of these things. All of it is dependent. The entire modernization and digitization of the entire region is dependent on these investments.
Speaking at the opening of the Soma Hotel and Restaurant over the weekend, President Ali noted that a data center could cost Guyana a minimum of $2 to $3 billion. He stressed that these facilities are essential given the global technological trajectory and Ghana's energy security.
What we're doing is placing the ideas and the opportunities that will be accelerated in the world by 2035 today.
The President further explained that data centers are critical for the coming AI, digitization, and computing era, requiring energy on an unprecedented scale.
Because the data centers that must be built out, because of the direction the world is going into to survive, AI and digitization and computing requires scales of energy at unbelievable scale.
Ghana plans to use its offshore gas development projects to power the data centers. President Ali noted that countries aiming to remain competitive in the future will need such facilities as they invest in digitization and artificial intelligence. Preparations are underway for the construction of Ghana's first law school at the University of Ghana's Turkine campus, following the clearing of an 8-acre plot for the facility. Attorney General Anna Nandlal announced over the weekend that preparatory work on the site has been completed, 1 month after Ghana received approval for Council of Legal Education accredited law school. On his Facebook page, Attorney General shared that the site is located southwest of the university, with a designated access road already in place. Last month, Attorney General, Vice Chancellor of UG, Professor Paloma Mohammed, Christopher Ram, and other officials visited the location as part of the project's initial steps. The new law school will allow Guyanese students to complete their full legal education and qualify as attorneys at law locally, eliminating the need to travel to regional law schools in other CARICOM countries. It is expected to reduce costs, ease logistical challenges, and strengthen the country's legal infrastructure. Graduates will also have the opportunity to practice law across CARICOM nations. When we return, Digicel expands connectivity. The Bishop's High students prepare for career, and Rumen Expo showcases local livestock.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. Digicel is working to boost internet access across Guyana. Ghana's telecom sector is entering a new era as Digicel ramps up investments to expand connectivity across the country. Following recent talks with Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Digicel Guyana CEO Dianarayan Gopal confirmed the company is focused on improving service delivery, especially in rural and hinterland areas.
It's a continuous journey for Digicel to improve our coverage and expand it, especially in the rural areas. As you know, Digicel is known in Guyana for having better coverage in the interior, and that's what we're pushing to, and that's where we're growing. We usually identify areas where we are not so good. We have coverage in areas where it's not commercially viable, but it's in the interest of national development. So we are pushing ahead. We welcome private-public partnership to work for those areas that are really, really hard to reach.
The CEO also highlighted major infrastructure upgrades, including the Blue Subsea Fiber Cable, commissioned last year, linking Guyana to Suriname, French Guiana, Trinidad, and the United States. According to Gopal, the cable ensures high-speed, reliable data for decades to come, while Digicel's ongoing fiber rollout aims to extend broadband access far beyond Georgetown.
We're covering the whole of Georgetown with our fiber network, and we're currently in the execution phase or deployment phase to extend that coverage from Diamond to Enmore. So we're really going from about 20,000 households at the moment. We're scaling that up to 80,000 households, and that is as early as next month.
Gopal assured that Digicel's pricing will remain fair and equal across Guyana, even in remote areas.
We do not do any price discrimination or price differentiation. So what you pay in Georgetown is the same price you pay in Bartica, is the same price you pay in Region 1. Although the cost to deliver those services in the remote location, the hinterland, is very, very expensive. As I mentioned before, some of these areas are not commercially viable. But we do not charge a higher price in those areas. So we keep all the rates, one rate across the whole country. Customers pay here despite the cost of the hinterland. And is economies of scale as well. That's why we're expanding our fiber network at the moment so we can get a better return to keep the prices level.
As discussions continue with regulators on spectrum allocation and future technology, including 5G readiness, Digicel says its goal is to strengthen digital inclusion and position Guyana at the forefront of regional connectivity. The 4th Annual Bishops High School Student Conference and Career Fair is underway. The week-long event hosted by the Luna Associates New York Tri-State Chapter on their team Navigating Your Future Beyond High School aims to equip students with the tools, exposure, and mentorship needed to succeed in an evolving global job market.
I was blown away by how much it impacted the students and teachers of the school. Students were able to engage with persons from different career paths, and they were exposed to so many experiences that a person cannot gain in just their lifetime. I myself gained from the experience of interacting with those students. As a result of that, I thought that this needs to continue. This is something that we must continue doing, and with the planning of the New York Tri-State Chapter and all the work put into it, I am happy to just open the doors, let them come in and let them do their stuff, because I know at the end of the day, our students will benefit tremendously from it.
Beyond presentation and exhibits, this year's conference includes mentoring sessions, team building activities, and a career fair that also welcomes students from Christchurch Secondary School, offering broad exposure to professional networks and opportunities.
I'm mostly looking forward to the opportunity to network with the mentors and try to understand how better I can plan my future. I'm still only 17 and I haven't completely planned out everything. Still kind of going with the flow.
Returning student Sanya Noel says she's excited to dive into new courses, especially sessions that promote leadership and self-development.
I am most excited to learn about being a boss. One of the courses that they're having is Who Wants to Be a Boss? And as a leader within the school, I think that it's important to showcase that in and out of school, and I believe that that course will help me in that.
Others said the event offers something for everyone, even those still unsure of what path they want to take.
The last conference was very engaging and sociable, as the speakers really helped us to find our path and a way to get in the career we want to go into. And I'm expecting the same level of enjoyment from this one. There's something for everybody, and if you haven't found your something, you're sure to find it during this conference.
With more than 60 presenters, virtual and in-person workshops, and mentorship sessions, the 2025 Bishops High Student Conference is helping students turn ambition into direction, preparing them to not just face the future, but to shape it. As part of Agriculture Month 2025 celebrations, livestock farmers and stakeholders gathered at the Rising Sun Turf Club in Region 5 for the Ghana Livestock Development Authority's GLDA Ruminant Expo. The event highlighted remarkable progress in Ghana's livestock industry, showcasing a range of animals from cattle to sheep and goats. Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa expressed his satisfaction with the growth of the sector.
I'm happy that I'm here. I have seen a number of animals, and this shows our resilience as a country. This showed what the president was speaking about, not only in crops and aquaculture and artisanal fishing, but in the livestock sector we have been moving rapidly. And today here, what I've seen, I'm very impressed. And this is not the GLDA's animal. These are farmers' animals who have worked with us, programs that we have at the GLDA and the Ministry of Agriculture, that we are helping these farmers so that they can have these breed of animal. Both, when you look at the cattle, the cattle part is both beef and dairy.
The expo brought together farmers, producers, chefs, and other stakeholders to display improved breeding stock and promote local livestock development. Patrons were impressed by the variety of cattle, sheep, and goats on display. Cattle farmer Colin Griffith, who showcased his 4-year-old insemination breed bull, shared his excitement.
Well, I never go to an exhibition, but today is a nice day. I see it. I say I didn't come in all the time. I hear about it already, but I never moved to it. I never moved to new exhibition. Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel nice about it.
Another exhibitor, Ricardo Bachnot, known for his diverse breeds of sheep and goats, said the event offered farmers the perfect opportunity to showcase their hard work.
I just decided to come out today because it's Agriculture Month, and as a farmer, this is you thing, you know? You mining this thing for so long, So this is me time. Like people got car race, this race, a car show. When the time reach, you're ready for go. Me ready for come exhibition with me animal.
Adding a flavorful twist to the event was a fireside mutton curry competition, which sparked friendly rivalry among participants. The Guyana School of Agriculture emerged as the winner. The Urban Expo served as a platform to celebrate local livestock development, encourage best practices among farmers, and highlight the growing potential of Guyana's livestock sector. The Guyana Police Force is moving decisively after allegations of misconduct surfaced involving officers at both the Police Academy in Georgetown and the Chadijigan International Airport. The Office of Professional Responsibility, or OPR, has completed its investigation into reported inappropriate conduct at the academy. Several staff members and recruits were interviewed, and statements were collected. The case file is now being sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal guidance. One officer and 3 sergeants implicated in the matter have been transferred from the academy, pending further action. In a separate case, an inspector and a junior officer attached to the narcotics branch at CGIA are under investigation for allegedly accepting money from a female passenger to allow her to travel with frozen food. The alleged incident occurred on September 27th. After initial OPR probe, the file was sent to the DPP, whose legal advice has prompted further inquiries. Both officers have been transferred to the Tactical Services Unit while the investigation continues. The Guyana Police Force has emphasized that these actions reflect a commitment to accountability and integrity as investigations proceed. When we come back, Guyana's rising sports infrastructure with updates on Berbice Stadium and the new Amsterdam track, plus a fun step challenge for CPL fans.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Progress continues on the Berbice Stadium, set to be completed by early 2026. Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Charles Ramsden Jr., says the state-of-the-art Berbice Stadium at Palmyra, Region 6, is progressing steadily and remains on track for completion by the first quarter of 2026. During a recent site inspection, Minister Ramsden said the project has already overcome major groundwork and logistical challenges.
We just came from Palmyra. This is a huge project that is transformational, that we started with, the President announced it, and then we did a south turning. We are at a very good place right now to see completion by the first quarter of next year.
The minister explained that before construction could begin, the site, once a swampy cane field, required over 160,000 tons of sand, filling and extensive pile driving to stabilize the area. He said despite delays in shipping materials from India and other countries, all major components needed for completion are now in Guyana.
So it was effectively an assembly of pieces coming from different parts of the world. So there has been a lot of effort to get this project on track and on stream for completion by next year, which is what we expected it to be. And I have no reason right now to doubt that we will see that completed by next year.
The minister emphasized that the stadium's completion will not only transform the sporting landscape of Berbice, but also stimulate economic growth and employment.
You have seen what the National Stadium has done for the Providence area. And we look at all the hotels and all of the housing schemes and all of the restaurants and entertainment that comes with big events, but at the same time that comes with big infrastructure. Those are the physical things that you can see that would happen, and you will start to see hotels start to be built there, a lot of restaurants and a lot of entertainment types of facilities being built there and businesses, which will drive employment too.
Beyond the economic boost, the minister said the project also holds deep cultural and emotional value for Berbicians and cricket fans across Guyana. The Berbice Stadium forms part of the government's wider effort to modernize sporting infrastructure and create world-class venues for local and regional events. Minister Ramson also gave an update on the nearly completed New Amsterdam Track and Field Center, set to open by the end of November. Speaking with reporters during a site inspection over the weekend, he highlighted the technical precision and high standards guiding its completion.
The margin of error for the laying of this asphalt material is 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters. And that's because of the category of facility that this will be classed as. So this will be the highest category or highest class of category that any track and field facility is anywhere in the world, which is class 2. So that's why it's so technical. So we didn't just lay synthetic material here. This is a finish that will allow us to meet the international standards at the highest level, which means that we would be in a position to host any kind of international track and field event here.
He noted that the ministry procured the necessary synthetic track material back in 2021, which arrived in early 2022 at a cost exceeding €1 million for both the New Amsterdam and Linden facilities. Plans were initially set to begin laying the track in the first quarter of this year, but 4 months of continuous rainfall caused delays. With improved weather, installation is set to start next week. The work is being done by a German company renowned for building world-class athletic tracks, including those in Lenora and Linden. A company representative in Guyana has inspected the site and confirmed it is ready for the next phase.
We are about 85, between 80 and 85% complete for all of our projects here. The representative who is going to be laying the synthetic material, he only needs about 5 weeks to complete the laying of the material. So he starts next Monday. So you'll see over that period of time, it will be an aggressive move towards completing the laying of the synthetic material. Once we continue to have good weather, we should expect to see this completed by, let's say, the end of November.
In addition to the track, the football field is nearly finished with only the grassing left. Once complete, the venue will be capable of hosting CONCACAF football matches, similar to those held at the Lenora facility. The Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League is celebrating a different kind of victory, this time off the field. The league step into the party challenge got fans across the Caribbean moving for fitness and fun, and the results are impressive. The CPL reports that fans collectively logged 179 million steps during the challenge. That's more than 80,000 miles, enough to circle the globe more than 3 times. Leading the pack were the Guyana Amazon Warriors supporters, who recorded an incredible 53 million steps. And while the team just missed out on the CPL trophy, their fans scored a major win in the step challenge. Top participants will receive prizes from the league's tourism partners, a celebration of the Caribbean spirit of activity, exploration, and community. Launched early this season, the challenge invited fans to compete individually and as teams, promoting health, wellness, and unity throughout the 2025 CPL tournament. Since its debut in 2013, the Republic Bank CPL has combined world-class T20 cricket with a vibrant carnival entry that defines Caribbean sports and culture. Still ahead, major changes at Caribbean Airlines. Gaza hostages return home. Madagascar's president flees the country. Welcome back. Caribbean Airlines confirms a leadership shakeup and launches a full internal audit. Regional carrier Caribbean Airlines has confirmed the resignation of its Chief Executive Officer, Garvin Madeira, and announced a sweeping internal review of its operations. The airline says Chief Operating Officer Namrala Ramai has been appointed acting CEO. In a statement, Madeira thanked employees, partners, and customers, saying it was an honor to lead the company through some of its most challenging years. Caribbean Airlines says it will now conduct full audits across all departments, part of renewed focus on governance, safety, and accountability. The board outlined 5 key priorities, including improving efficiency, enhancing customer experience, and strengthening communication with staff. However, this leadership transition comes amid a wave of executive exits, including Chief Financial Officer, Chief Commercial Officer, and Corporate Secretary. Since the United National Congress election win in April, the airline has also seen a complete board reshuffle, now chaired by Reina Kawsar. Caribbean Airlines says operations will continue as normal, with no impact on passengers or partners, reaffirming its commitment to stability, safety, and regional service. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump is calling the dawn of a new Middle East after Hamas released the last living hostages from Gaza and Israel freed hundreds of Palestinian prisoners on their U.S.-brokered ceasefire deal. The 20 surviving hostages were returned to Israel today, ending 2 years of war. 4 bodies were also handed over to the Red Cross. Emotional reunions took place across Israel, while freed Palestinian prisoners were welcomed by cheering crowds in Gaza and the West Bank. Trump later traveled to Egypt, where he and regional leaders signed a ceasefire agreement at the Sharm el-Sheikh Summit for Peace, officially ending the Gaza war. He called it the end of a painful nightmare and a turning point for peace.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God. It's the start of a grand concord and lasting harmony for Israel and all the nations of what will soon be a truly magnificent region. I believe that so strongly. This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
World leaders, including those from Canada, Britain, and France, praised the agreement, calling it a step toward lasting stability. Meanwhile, twin brothers Ziv and Gali Berman, kidnapped during the October 7, 2023 attacks, were reunited and flown to an Israeli hospital. A donor conference for Gaza's rebuilding is expected in Egypt next month. Finally, this evening, Madagascar's president has fled the country, the opposition says, after army units joined mass protests demanding his resignation. Reuters reports that the opposition leader in parliament confirmed Rajoelina left on Sunday, though his current location is unknown. Earlier, the president's office had promised a national address today, but did not respond to requests for comment. A military source told Reuters Rajoelina flew out on a French military plane, reportedly under an agreement with President Emmanuel Macron. The unrest began on September 25th over water and power shortages, but quickly escalated into broader protests against corruption, poor governance, and lack of basic services. Thousands of demonstrators gathered, shouting the president must quit now. Rajoelina lost support from CAPSAT, an elite army unit, which joined the protesters and took command of the military. The paramilitary gendarmerie also sided with demonstrators, relieving the Senate president of duties and appointing a temporary leader. At least 22 people have died since the protests began. Madagascar, with a median age under 20 and 3/4 of its 30 million population living in poverty, faces a deep economic and social crisis. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.